So there's this guy that I follow. I love his commentary. And he said, he made a post last week saying Taylor Swift, as big as she is, really doesn't have a material impact on Black America, right? You may have some Swifties. I think you said you won, right?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry. My bad.
Taylor Swift was cool and all when she just came out. But today?
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
So I'm going to be honest. I don't think I know any Taylor Swift songs. And so what he said resonated with me. And I would say, oh, it's an age thing, but no, Taylor Swift is around my age.
Yeah, she's like 35, 36.
No, I think she's about 37, 38, 39, somewhere like up
it's
in there.
It's crazy because I thought she was like a young...
little girl.
I think she's late 30s.
I don't know. We all got...
She's definitely 30s.
We all got the internet.
But I didn't even know that. I thought she was like still like a young person. You know what I mean? I thought she was like...
I remember her and Selena Gomez used to be real tight.
My bad. She's 35. And she's also a Sagittarius. I didn't know that.
But Selena Gomez is young, right?
She's in her early 30s, Selena Gomez.
Oh. See, I thought she was younger. Maybe like 29, 30, 31, something like that. My bad. Like, so Taylor Swift, she's about to be 36.
She's an adult woman.
Oh, yeah. She not the age that I thought she was.
Child.
You know what actually had like, not to say that this would have any impact on me per se, or maybe because my followers or my following are not Swifties, but her engagement kind of just like was like no news to me at all.
So this is what prompted this guy's post. He was saying, he's like, she doesn't really move the needle for Black America. And he wasn't saying it to be rude or whatever. He was just saying it matter of factly because that's what it is. And I guess some white woman who clearly follows him or came across his page had a problem with it, and then goes on to tell to tell his followers to attack him because he was attacking Taylor Swift.
Well, that's not an attack.
Exactly. It wasn't an attack. And so he was like, why'd you even, first of all, why the hell you thought that my followers are going to attack me because I said something that is true?
But it's actually a real conversation, to be honest, especially the way, and this is actually nuts. I don't even know. Why isn't this on the schedule for today? Especially the way Taylor Swift is now being compared to Beyonce. Yeah. It's actually pretty nuts because during Beyonce's Renaissance tour,
I remember that.
Taylor was doing her, I don't know what the tour was called, but
Eras? Is it Eras?
I actually, even if you told me, I probably wouldn't be able to confirm or deny because I really don't know what her tour was called, but she was doing her tour the same time.
Yeah, I remember people talking about it.
And it was like this big comparison.
I remember.
I think they were both going like in the same categories for like song of the year, album of the year.
Who won it?
I think Beyonce actually did win.
I don't remember.
Oh no. Yeah, I have no idea.
No, not Cowboy Carter, back when Renaissance was.
I think they both had like films that followed the tour. That
exactly. It was actually so. It was being very comparable at the time, but Taylor Swift also. Now, I've never been to her concert, but from the clips that I saw, people were making fun of the fact that she couldn't dance. Like,
Beyonce's
I don't want to say that she's like a white girl, so she can't dance, because I mean, not all white people can't dance.
Brittany will do like a quick 1-2,
but you can tell that she's trying to do the moves that she was instructed to do, but it's just not like coming out right. Like, baby, what are you doing?
I didn't even know she danced.
And it was
yeah, I didn't either. I thought she was more of a just a little 1-2.
It was very funny to look at,
like
I
Mary,
guess because her tour was so big that they threw in choreography for her. But it was.
But she usually doesn't do choreography.
I guess not.
Okay.
I know her as a singer, stand up on stage and sing, but also
with the guitar, because she plays her guitar.
Right. But I was like, but why would we be comparing a concert like this?
You know why?
To Beyonce.
You know why?
Like Beyonce.
Yeah,
because we can't. We want to just mind our business and do what we came to do.
And sometimes you really gotta mind your business. I have no idea. I'm not in the field anymore, so I I had no idea how big Taylor Swift's fan base.
Me neither.
Apparently they're huge.
Like, apparently they're huge. I had no idea.
She's a billionaire, so that at a minimum that lets you know how big her fan base is.
They're fanatics.
I'll say this. I'm gonna jump out on a limb and say that it wasn't Beyonce fans who mentioned Taylor Swift when it came to a comparison. I doubt Beyonce fans were even, you know what I mean? Like it was never a thought, because if you are a Beyonce real Beehive fan, why would Taylor Swift comparison even be on the tip of your tongue or the edge of your brain? Like it's not possible.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering who threw the comparison out there. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Just wondering. Y'all can do with that what you want, but I'm just gonna let y'all know, black people, we just want to be left the fuck alone. We really don't need your fucking comparisons. You know what I mean? Like, we're okay if you just leave us the fuck alone.
Absolutely okay.
Just like the HBCUs, the safest places on earth. Hey, black people, y'all better send y'all kids to these HBCUs. They won't be open targets. Anywho,
you want to do the call to action?
I was about to say, well, with that being said, welcome to episode 5 of Don't Call Me Auntie. But
wait a minute.
Before we get this conversation started, I want you guys to stop what you're doing and click that subscribe button. Please, you guys will be helping us out a lot. You grow with us, and we will be able to continue to grow if you guys keep helping us out.
Subscribe. All I did was type in Giants players going to Broadway. It says Broadway Bobby Okereke, I assume he's Nigerian, reported that he visited the set of Broadway musical Chicago and performed with the cast. He is a known theater fan. There's no way you looked for it. Look with your, like my Nigerian friend says, look with your eyes. Anyway, yeah, I actually love to see when men who, or people who are not thought of to do certain things are into those things. So like you got big burly football players going to see Broadway and enjoying
Broadway
it.
Fan.
You know what I mean? I just like that the opposing
you're not just an
appearance
athlete,
of things. Or just like there's actually quite a few like NFL players who are like really, really, really into chess. Like they take they play tournaments, they take what's it called? Classes to like get better, training and stuff like that. That's pretty interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. So speaking of Broadway, do you know who B. Smith is?
Really, once that was brought up, that's when I learned of her. I did not know who she was prior to us talking about her the other day. But she had multiple restaurants.
Yeah.
One being in the Broadway district, the theater district.
Restaurant Row.
Oh, it was on Restaurant Row?
But yeah, she probably had like three others, right?
5 total.
She had I know she had one in DC. She had one in Sag Harbor, I want to say, in the Hamptons. And but there was a significance to the one in, New York City. B. Smith was a model, television host, entrepreneur, author, restaurateur, born in 1949 in Pennsylvania. She became a pioneer in lifestyle branding, bridging food, fashion, and entertainment in ways that elevated Black voices and aesthetics. Her theater district restaurant in New York City, B. Smith, became a cultural hub located on Restaurant Row near Broadway. It wasn't just a dining spot, but a gathering place for artists, actors, producers, and other creatives. So she was kind of like a really significant person especially in that time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're talking
Yeah.
about that era of the late 90s, the early 2000s. There was such a blossoming.
That sounds so cool to me.
Right?
Like, especially because I really am into theater and like taking theater classes, we always talk about like those times. He said dementia, but the articles were saying Alzheimer's.
Okay.
They're not synonymous, right? So
They're not, but I don't know the
They're
difference.
very.
I don't know the difference, but I don't want to say the wrong word.
I think they're like first cousins.
It's a neurological disorder that.
Okay. So I wonder, like, at what point did she, stop running her businesses? Because it's so sad to see that today they're closed.
Mm-hmm.
Because like now finding out this information, I would have loved to go there now.
That.
But yeah, damn, they're closed. But speaking of her having a mental decline, she had Alzheimer's. We also did speak about her being married during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband was her caretaker.
Oh, her husband was her caretaker as well. Okay, so the husband was her caretaker in these years that she had Alzheimer's, but at some point he began dating someone else. That's very interesting. That's very interesting because, I think it's a question of, do we blame him?
Blame her for what?
Moving on, even though she is not gone yet.
Look at it from your parents' perspective. I think that's probably the easiest way to look at it.
That is the easiest way to look at it, because then I'm just like, oh, hell no.
But you know that men, and this is like clinically in terms of data, that men are 20% more likely to leave their partner.
Ain't shit. You know.
While they're sick.
No, because they're sick.
Yeah.
As opposed to, 2.83% of women are willing to leave their partner. A woman is going to stay. The partner is sick. You have a 3% chance that she's going to be like, no, I'm not going to be able to manage it. It's more likely that men are not going to be able to manage staying with their partner and coping with that partner while they have some kind of disorder, whether it's neurological, autoimmune, cancer. It's likely that they're either going to step out of the marriage or leave.
This makes sense, and we definitely did speak on this on 8 at the table before. What makes a difference for me is that he was her actual caretaker, because I didn't know that. So you not only have like a marital like situation, right? But like you have a job to do. Like you have.
No, he was he took the job of being her caretaker, I guess, because especially if it's a neurological, there's a lot. It's a very complex disorder, because the person is just in and out of
who they are,
not recognizing people. It's very hard to manage that illness. So I can understand him being on the forefront. You're going to want the person who's closest to you to be able to manage that. But you're right.
I can't imagine going through two very opposing emotions. Like, if that was my wife, I'd be very sad all the time. It would be very disheartening for me to have to be her caretaker, knowing that she can't be like mentally here with me all the time. But also like finding a new love and being happy with someone else all at the same time is a lot. And I don't think that I would be able to do it.
To your partner?
Yeah, I mean, just
for yourself.
For myself.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to stay.
I wouldn't be able to
deal with both
situations. Like at some point, I feel like I understand him, wanting something else.
Break.
But also, you see the decline is there, right? Can you just wait? Can you just wait?
For her to die?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes.
Like that sounds...
Well, I will say this. She had early onset. Mm-hmm. So typically with early onset, like you get it like in your late 40s or your 50s or something like that. and it can. You know what? Let me not say, because a friend of mine. I think you met my friend in Houston. His mom actually had early onset dementia. She had it for a while. I think she got diagnosed because it runs in his mom's family on the well, I guess it's passed down on the women's side. So it's like common in the women in his family, and his dad was the caretaker, but he was the caretaker to the end. From my understanding, what my friend told us. But I think the disease, if you get it earlier on, the disease like is around for much longer than a person getting it like 85 and then they die at like, I don't know, 87 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because you also at 80, at that age you have comorbidity. So you're not just fighting the neurological decline.
Yeah, it could be a process. A friend of mine, her grandmother, it was like a 15-year process, and you saw the decline from, early that she was diagnosed, and it was like small things for until the very end. It was really bad. So that's 15 years. So I can imagine if you are someone's caretaker and partner, imagine you're doing that for 15 years, and like when she would have like these like really bad episodes. They were really, really bad. And I witnessed a few, and then, sometimes it's leaving the house and then gone. It's like, it's a chaotic time. And so people going through that, I hope that they really have as much support as possible, because it is the person you love the most, you're watching them just decline every day.
Yeah. You know what? I wonder what it was like for the first person to ever be diagnosed with this.
Like they didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, no one knew what was going on.
It's kind of like Inaki. How many people you think died Inaki before they knew when to pick it and eat it?
Well, true.
I think about that all the time.
Like there's a first time for everything, but like wonder the reaction, man, to somebody with dementia or Alzheimer's.
My matter of fact, my cousin, this happened when I was in Houston in July. So my mom's first cousin, my mom and her first cousin had kids at the same time. Me and my cousin Quincy, we're like literally born a couple weeks apart, I think. Yeah, both. So we're both born in November. And when I was in Houston the last time, his mom, they found her. Like I think she had like passed out in the house, and he was calling. The other brother was calling. They were trying to like get in touch with her, see what's going on, and they found her. And I think she had like passed out or was unconscious or whatever. I think part of it was either I think she wasn't taking her medicine, or she forgot, or she forgot to eat. Like a lot of the things that you do normally that your body tells you to do, you don't do. Like something as simple as eating. And so like now I think she's getting out soon, but the past like 2 months she's been in a facility trying to like regain I guess certain faculties, or at least just get back to a better state of health. But her mother also had it. Yeah. But they again, she got it older. She's older. She's my mom's first cousin, but she's much older than my mom.
Okay.
Even though they had kids at the same time. But just knowing, and their dad passed, I don't know, like 10 years ago. He had a stroke. But knowing that the person that you knew just 2 years ago is not the same person, or like just think if my cousin doesn't go back to see his mom for like a month, she might forget who the hell he is. And he walks in the house and she's like, "Nigga, who are you?" You know what I mean? Like that's wild. Just imagine you walking into your mama's house and she pull a gun on you because she don't know who you are.
Them pictures up.
But then she might not remember the pictures. She might recognize that you look like the picture, but she might not know who the person in the picture is.
Yeah.
So I just think that's a really hard situation. Ooh, what is that?
And the person sometimes jump from different years to year.
Yeah.
That's like one of the craziest thing too. You'll see like they'll jump to like 1972.
My mom was born that year.
Yeah, like, oh man,
Very
it's
specific.
something to really witness that, and I've witnessed it a few times, and not just with my friend, but I used to have when I worked in acute psychiatric, just jumping from like just different time in like you.
That sounds scary, I'm sure, like when you're experiencing it, but you actually explaining that right now seems a little cool. Like their mind is doing something that the normal person can't do.
That's why, I mean, there's so much that they're trying to figure out about,
Almost
about
like
this.
superpower.
Well,
I know. I'm like,
I mean, you can remember back 10 years.
I know, but like putting yourself in there,
like you're like actually experiencing it.
Like, why the hell is this gas $10? Yesterday, it was 69 cents.
Right?
And now you up in arms. I don't know. I would actually, I kind of want to like ask the guys when we do edit the table again, like what they think about that, because I think both of us are kind of like, I don't know, like how to feel. And knowing that statistically men are more likely to leave their partner, I would like to know what their perspective is.
Really? You do?
Yeah.
I can tell you what they'll say.
I mean, I don't know.
Rico?
I mean, I don't know. He got a new baby, so he might.
Rome is shallow as hell. like, do you not remember the story that he said? What did the girl? She had like a beep.
Oh.
Beep and
Yeah.
The girl with the hearing aid.
Yes. Oh man.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah. And I mean, we actually, this was brought up in 8 at the Table before.
You're right, because we talked about being somebody with health conditions.
Yeah. We know.
Damn, you're right.
You gotta ask them.
Well, guys, I tried.
So
let's ask Alan. What does Alan think? You got the microphone?
I saw a movie on Netflix, and this woman, she was like super in love. When you guys were talking, that's what I was thinking about. She was like in love, and something happened to him. And, she's going crazy. I'm going to take care of him, And her close friend said, I know you're doing what you think you're supposed to be doing. But understand, if this goes on for, a long time, this is all you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
And you have to think about that. Because you can't, it's hard to disconnect it, right? Because that's somebody you love. So you automatically think, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But then the friend was just explaining that I guess the friend went through that.
Oh,
This
okay.
is day in, day out. Day in and day out.
But the friend actually does have a point, because you're actually doing it. I mean, past the fact that you love this person and you want to be there for them. But as it goes on for years and years, you kind of want to keep doing it so that your partner knows that they still have you, that you're still there caring for them, but you kind of forget about yourself. Yeah. So as long as
you have kids or
Yeah.
your parents, you probably do forget. You get so caught up in it. Were they married on that show you were talking about, Alan?
Oh, your Netflix show.
They were not married. They were like, it was one of them love stories. They fell in love. It was like a Spanish cat with a girl, and then he started a restaurant. That was his dream. He built the restaurant. He became a chef.
Wait, with Zoe Saldana?
I think so, yes.
Oh my God, that made me cry.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I know the movie you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
She said that she was gonna stay, and then remember the friends came over and was like, "Do you?"
I watched it a long time ago. I wouldn't.
What kind of
dare-
sick? What kind of sick was he?
I wouldn't dare watch that again.
I think his legs were broken, or it was bad.
I actually don't remember.
Not legs broken. He was.
No, yeah, it
Oh, I
wasn't
think he
anything
was,
physical. I don't think.
Maybe he had polio.
It was like terrible. I don't remember. I don't remember the movie, but I just
just
remember
said I
that part of
cried.
the movie. That part of the movie is the one I remember. Is when the friend was like, "Oh, listen." She did stay.
To the end,
Friend
child.
said, "Just keep in mind," and I thought about that. Of course, I'll stay. I'm gonna take care of somebody I love, but also go into it knowing.
Yeah.
With the B. Smith situation, taking care of somebody for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was it 15.
I I don't know. It started him and her. I saw some clips that they used to go on television to bring awareness.
Yeah.
The Alzheimer's.
To Alzheimer's. They were bringing awareness to
Mhm.
they did it together as a couple. And then when she really went bad, then
Yeah.
into this woman, and
I guess I can
They were living together, all the three of them.
Oh. That has to be kind of weird for the new girlfriend.
That has to be too much. But I could also see that if he does meet someone, just knowing that him and his, now wife,
I'd be like, you gotta help too.
You can't continue the relationship because obviously we know where this is headed. But also like meeting someone new, you have to like, hey, I am married right now. I have a wife and she needs me.
Yeah.
Like that needs to be understood.
Definitely got to be upfront and honest. Definitely. This is, and you know what I do want to, and I don't know if you have anything else to say about it, but goddamn, Fly Allen, what's going on in here? I do. Sorry. I do want to say one thing. I think that is a part of marriage that people don't think about. The duty part of marriage. Whether you still love or are in love with that person, I actually don't think it matters. It's literally part of the promise that you make that is now
Better
a
or
duty.
worse.
You know what I mean?
You promised.
Yeah. And whether you're religious or not, it's it's a covenant you've made also with God, So that's
why a lot of people would be taking it out of the marriage vows now. They really do.
I've seen it on Instagram.